Okay.
Now we are recording. Yes. Good evening, everyone. To tuning in to today's interview. We are at the National Film Festival of 2021, and today we have Serhat Karaaslan,
Kara,
right?
Karaaslan.
Okay. Karaaslan. There you go. I'm very grateful that you were able to come on and give us some insight in your new film, The Criminals, that is showing at the festival. And I just so happened to get contacted and giving me a chance to see it, which was, by the way, incredible. I enjoyed it. I honestly looked like it was going to be a full feature length, and I was surprised that it was only 25 minutes. I was like, I kind of wanted to see more of this story.
Thank you very much. It's really nice to hear that nice comments. And yeah, many people told me that why it's not feature film.
Hmm.
Now, I'm
I
also
mean,
started to think about it. Why not?
yeah,
It's
why not? Like, you could
yeah, it's
definitely have a story behind that could go a full hour and 30 minutes, even possibly more.
yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to come into the question. Oh, I apologize. It's currently raining in my home city.
Oh, it's here also it's raining now.
Okay. But I had a couple questions set up for you.
Sure.
But so I was checking out the film and I decided to go a little bit into the background of your other films, and I've seen you've done a good handful. So what is it that prompted you to choose this film's premise of the two young adults looking for a hotel room?
Until the Criminals, I made like social realist film, and
Okay.
this story it has a potential to mix genre, and I wanted to make something different from my previous film.
Okay.
And not only this film, also it has the I don't know what to say, like it's a social realistic film at the same time, but also it has some other genre, and it gave the opportunity to mix genre and try something new, different for me in my cinematography.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
that's why I I've chosen this story to tell it.
I was checking out the premise or the synopsis for the other ones, and I kind of noticed that it has a similar theme of having the characters uh, live around its environment, the hometowns or the taboos that it has, like this one. So, for your film and your cinematography, do you create these types of narratives and stories in order to promote? An understanding for communities of it, your communities, to bring a kind of positive change to it, or is it just as a creative standpoint of just you experience this in other people's lives, and you just kind of want to write it down and show people that's not from that same area or that wouldn't be familiar with that type of environment?
Well, we can say both of them. I mean, I'm not seeing myself as a filmmaker like as a like missioner. It's not a mission for
Okay.
me.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I cannot just make a film just as a fantasy. I mean,
Oh,
I,
okay.
of course, I want to raise question in the community, in the society where I'm living. You cannot just. I mean, it's you can make. I mean, as a filmmaker, you can tell as the story as you want. It can be just completely. It can be without any connection to your culture, your country, where you're living, the environment. But it can has strong connection as well. But
Mhm.
personally, first, I I don't see as I do not say like as a missioner. Oh, I have to save. I have to do something for my country, for culture. This I found a bit dangerous as a filmmaker. If you try to do something like that, it can be ridiculous. It can be too didact. I do not say didactic.
Yes.
Like it's like you are giving lesson to the people.
Hmm.
And first, I like to tell the story, make me excited, make
Of
me
course.
uh, excited to tell it, and the film I like to make it. And of course, at the same time, if you're a responsible person, it's naturally it has some connection
Hmm.
with your country, with the culture, with the society where you are living.
Hmm.
And if it has this natural connection, it's much more better. And I think otherwise it will be like propaganda film. If you say,
Of
okay, we
course.
have this problem in our country, we have to show the rest of the world. It's
Yeah.
if you look like that, it will be like propaganda film, and it's different things. I mean, I'm not interested to this kind of things.
Okay.
First of all, it has to be, I mean, like story. It has to be a story I really want to tell. It has to
Hmm.
be like strong story or character or something I want to discover, etc. And that's why I can say, as I said in the beginning, like both of the things you said, both sides. It needs a balance.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I mean, that definitely shows that balance where you have a story that you really wanted to create because you liked it, and also it has those little glimpses and throw-ins of like just showing kind of that background.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I I mean, just one thing I want
Yeah,
to add. In this film, it can take place in a like a city,
of course.
like a hotel somewhere else in another, like in another part of the world, and
Hmm.
can be the hotelier, the security guard can be a crazy guy just because of they are crazy. It's happening. It
Yeah.
works like the story like that. But in my film, I prefer to like for me the security guard is not just a crazy guy because of he's doing these things.
Hmm.
It's like it's a reflection of a part of the society.
Okay.
It, it's coming not only from his personality, what he's doing. It's also like the operation of society. He's
Hmm.
kind of he's getting power from some conservative part of the society, and
Yeah.
that's why he's doing this. It's it that part it makes this film like also it's like questioning the social issue where we are living in Turkey. Not only in Turkey, it can be same in another part of the world.
Yeah, I mean, while watching it, I was kind of reflecting back to my Mexican and Latin community, where it is also very hush hush on having young couples going to hotel rooms and stuff like that. Even my parents grew up with me being like, you shouldn't go into anywhere with the opposite gender or your significant other without having parental supervision, which is just crazy that I could see that relationship also play out in this film. Like it definitely could play out in any other part of the world.
Yeah, I mean not only in the East world, probably in the West world also, as you said in
Hmm.
Mexico. I
Hmm.
didn't know that, but if I mean in other like in the Western world, it can works like that. If imagine like a homosexual couple, they go to
Yes.
a hotel, its story can happen to them. Not
Yeah.
maybe like that. They can be refused from a hotel, or they can have some issue because of they are homosexual and they are not acceptable in that part, in that city
Mm.
or in that community. And yeah, unfortunately, we
We
still
just live.
nowadays we have this kind of problems in the world.
Yeah, we sadly do. You were talking about the sort of craziness that the specifically for me the security guard was kind of having, and that makes me bring into the whole question of did you allow the actor who played the security guard just to go all out, or did you give him pointers of like what exactly you wanted to see? Because I honestly you do a good job as an actor or in director on how to point the actor in the right direction. When they get to the point of being a disliked character for the viewers, then for me that's how you know they're doing a good job in their acting, because they could be completely different from what they're playing on screen. My question would be, did you allow him just to go method, or did you give him pointers on what exactly you wanted to go with?
The actor who is playing the security guard, he's
Hmm.
someone I know, and he was in
Oh,
my
okay.
previous film. It was a feature film,
Okay.
and he acted another type of crazy guy. And
Hmm.
I knew him, and when I was writing the script, he was in front of my eyes each time. That's
Oh,
why
okay.
I knew his potential. I developed the character at the same time thinking about this actor. And I mean, before shooting, if they said, "Oh, something happened, this guy cannot be in the film, and can we find someone else?" Probably I would say it's impossible. It's really for this guy, and
Hmm.
experience to work with him. I know his potential, his how he's going to like
Hmm.
interpret this character. And it was written in the script, but he of
Okay.
course he added a lot of things. But there is not there is not much. I not say like I don't know what was that word. I forget it. It's like
Sorry.
it's not rehearsal. Something else about acting. Like you're
Like method, where they just
no. For example, you act, but you are not. You can't get out of the text. You do something like actor acting by themselves. Let me check from
Hmm.
dictionary if you want.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm blanking as well.
Yeah,
It happens sometimes where
yeah, sorry for my English and
yeah,
um,
same as not being a English primarily spoken person.
yeah. I mean, there was not much improvisation. Sorry, that word. I was
Improvisation. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
there was not much this kind of things, but this
Okay.
we really with this, especially in the room. Like for me, this part like was the most important part in the film. And one
Hmm.
day, with the three actors, we did the rehearsal like
Okay.
almost the whole day, and next day we shot
You shot.
uh,
Okay.
we
So it
shot.
was a 2 day setup, basically.
Yeah, because it was very long, and I mean
Hmm.
it's from the guy came to in front of the door. I
Yeah.
until the end. It was really long scene sequence, and it was also important for the film. We did a lot, and this guy he's very talented, and he each time each rehearsal he came with a new idea, and you have to
Oh.
control him. And
Okay.
it can be so funny, and I was trying to control him not go to the funny side,
Oh,
because
okay.
if it would be so funny, this guy, then the audience will not take the film so seriously.
Hmm.
And for be more dark and sinister and
Hmm.
scary, I prefer to not go to the side of funny character, and I prefer the other side. And still, it needs to be balanced between two. And yeah, if the guy he was really talented, and I mean, we were a good team. Like
Yeah,
now with
definitely.
this guy, I we work like without much talking now.
Hmm.
After experience of two films, we
Oh.
understand each other. And but I mean, with each actor you work in another way. And of course we talk before the shooting. We share. He asks question, and I give him some example,
Hmm.
some character from cinema, not for copy, just as an example. And we understand each other. And yeah, I'm happy the result is good for
Yeah,
audience.
it was incredible. It was just a character that I grew to like so much on the dislike, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
um, Going out to from the whole actors, I wanted to ask, on this shoot, did you have a director of photography? Because a lot of the shots were very much incredible, and the angles and lighting used, it was just beautiful and it brought out. And the poster scene for the film, I thought it was going to be more in the front, but it turns out it was more at the end where it all kind of wraps together, which was just beautiful. So I kind of wanted to ask, did you have a director of photography, or was it just you taking command of what shots you wanted?
No, unfortunately, it's not me. I wish I could like use the camera, and I would be a that good director of photography.
Yeah.
But we have a very good DOP,
Hmm.
Tudor Ninja. He's Romanian DOP.
Okay.
And I was following his films before, and I saw his last film, and then I contacted him. He's really
Hmm.
very good DOP. And we had a good collaboration together.
Okay.
But also one thing about the cinematography,
Hmm.
I think the production design and the art direction also is very important for the cinematography. If the
Yes.
location, the texture, the colors are not good and right for the story for the film, it's really like for a very good DOP also it's very hard to like catch good cinematography, like
Hmm.
good looking, good looks. I don't know how to say that in the film. And I have chance to work with very good DOP and also very good art director, I must say. And it was like collaboration, like good collaboration, and that's the result. And one thing about art, like about the cinematography, when DOP came to Turkey, we
Hmm.
already prepared all location, and he say, "Oh, I didn't imagine like that. I was imagine like a hotel looks cheaper." I said it's cheap, but we didn't want to just like white wall. without any things in the room, because
Hmm.
in Turkey, in maybe in the some other Europe country also, like cheap hotel is completely, because naturally is like that. It's like you cannot find anything in the room, just a small bed, and that's it, and the
Ah,
wall
okay.
are white. I said we didn't want like that, and like my example, my references more American films, and he said, yeah, it looks like American hotel. And he said, I'm surprised. He said, do you think it's right for the film? I said, yeah, definitely. I prefer it would be like that. We already discussed with art director, and we prepare all like that.
Hmm.
I don't know if it looks like American Hotel or not, but we.
From the ones that I've been to, I haven't been personally to cheap ones just because I'm wary of of them based on where I live personally. But I did get the sense where it was cheap, but like it wasn't necessarily cheap, right? It did have its ambiance of um, certain things that elevate the entire scene, right? Like you
Yeah,
were saying, how the wallpaper is not just white; it has its decor. The lamp is there, and there's other items.
yeah,
But yeah, that's incredible. Nonetheless, he did an amazing job. I
yeah.
guess.
It's cheap, but the room. By the way, the room we built, it's in studio,
Oh,
but
it was in studio.
yeah, but the reception, it's a real hotel.
Oh, okay.
The corridors are real in another hotel. It's like a combination of a few places we use.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I didn't. I thought it was just one place. That's
no,
incredible.
because we looked for a long time for a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and I really insist we couldn't find the right hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cheap hotel are so small, the rooms are small.
Ah,
Even if
okay.
you do a lot of works, it couldn't be like how it's in the film. Then I remember like there was a lot of they looked a lot of hotel and they show me each time. In the end, we did some visit. I said, well, we didn't find, but for example, the reception of that hotel is good, and the corridor of the other hotel is good. But the rooms, we didn't find the rooms, and let's look a bit more. And then with the art director, we decided to like make a combine of three places, and they all we used all like as a one hotel in the end.
Oh, okay. So with that elevator scene where the security guard and the young man were going down, was that also studio? Because I was gonna ask. It
No,
looked
no, that one is
elevators.
real. That one
Oh,
is
it
the real
is.
elevator. Yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah,
the space looks so small. So I was kind of wondering how you guys got the camera in the actual elevator to shoot.
yeah,
Because
but the elevator is not moving.
oh, that's yeah. See,
Yeah.
there's some sense of motion just with the characters and the waiting, so I thought it was actually moving. That's incredible. Um, yeah, I mean that was all the really the questions that I had. But I mean, thank you so much for coming on our show and letting me interview you for a good quick 20 minutes or so.
Thank you so much.
I love the film, the Criminals. It's out now at the Nashville Film Festival. You could see it in person, or I believe you can get a screener if you check with their PR department. So yeah, thank you so much, Serhat, for coming on, and I hope to see more work from you in other festivals, or just maybe a feature length film in cinemas someday.
Thanks so much, Luis. It was very nice to talk to you.
Very much so.